Hi, this is Travis Shaw with the Mosby Heritage Area Association, continuing our series on historic cemeteries in the heritage area. In the past installments, we've talked about some of the different styles of tombstones, styles of cemeteries, and different ethnic and immigrant groups that came through the heritage area. Today we're going to talk about one of the more prominent groups, and that is the African American community. In the 18th and 19th century, thousands and thousands of African Americans lived in the heritage area. Most were enslaved, particularly here in Clark County, where almost 50% of the population was enslaved in the 19th century. Slave burials and slave cemeteries are notoriously hard to find because many of them were buried with just simple field stones, wooden markers, or no markers at all. And so after emancipation, you will see as these freed settlements, freed communities develop, you'll see buildings such as the school behind me, the Josephine City School, you'll see churches, and you'll see the development of cemeteries. Many of the earliest burials here at the Milton Valley Cemetery reflect those of the formerly enslaved communities. You'll see very simple field stones, some with no inscription or very crude hand inscriptions. As the community here at Josephine City grew, developed, became more prosperous and more stable, you see that reflected in the burials here in the cemetery. We look over here, some of the later 19th and early 20th century tombstones. You'll see a great variety of style, you'll see a great variety of artistic expression. This is the African American community expressing themselves and their interests through their cemetery art. Much in the exact same way that their white neighbors are doing at this same time. The cemetery here becomes a fixture in Josephine City, and you can see that reflected in the monument that stands over on that grassy knoll. That monument was erected in 1909 to the original shareholders who helped to found the cemetery. And the cemetery has been an important fixture here in the African American community in Clark County ever since. Still an active cemetery to this day. One of the more notable burials that's here in the Milton Valley Cemetery is right over those trees there, and that is the grave of Thomas Laws. Thomas Laws gained fame in 1864. He was an enslaved man here in Clark County. He risked his life to sneak through Confederate lines and to bring back valuable intelligence on Confederate dispositions outside of Winchester, and delivered that information to General Phil Sheridan on the eve of the Third Battle of Winchester. And some people attribute much of Sheridan's success in that battle to the valuable intelligence that Thomas Laws provided. So thank you so much for joining us. We'll be doing another installment a little later on today, so I hope you'll tune in for that one as well. And please go out and enjoy these wonderful historic resources that we have to offer in the heritage area.